Let us give a warm welcome to Mr. Adil Zainubai as he takes the stage for our first vision talk of the day, supercharging the gig economy in a digital world.
I've been known to go on and on, so it's good that you have a timer. First of all, good morning. I think we need a round of coffee. Good morning. Okay. Normally in these sessions, especially when we have them with civil servants, which I've had many of, we actually have them all get up and do yoga. But since this is a very excited Bangalore and Delhi crowd, we won't do that, right? So I'll finally try and see if everyone's awake. Good morning. All right, good. Thank you. It's lovely to see lots of friends here. It took me a long time to walk just from that entrance to here because there were so many people who I knew but hadn't met, and so many people that I'd met that it was good to catch up on. And I think that's great that that's such a big group of people who are thinking about this. And I think the greater the size of the folks who think about this, the better. So I want to actually, I thought that in 7 minutes, all I want to do is talk about one idea, if that's okay. I have no frameworks or anything, I just have one idea. And this is all in line with the fact that I think as Nandan talks about all the time, we have the infrastructure in place, which is we have a great digital economy. Almost everyone is connected. By the end of this year, 99% of everyone in India will have access to wireless broadband, on 4G at least, if not 5G. And most people will have a phone that is more powerful than the iPhone 6. Even in the villages, it'll be more powerful than that, right? So if you have all of that, all of a sudden we can do things that we couldn't do before, just as we did in financial transactions, etc. So I want to see if we cannot figure out a way to do population scale problem solving for one of our biggest issues that we have today, which is we have 80% of our people are not regular workers, and a very large number of people are gig workers. They want a day job for a day, 2 days, 10 days, an assignment, or they want to work for 2 months, 3 months. And this is not just in blue collar, it's not just in white collar, it's in gray collar. Lots of interesting startups have happened in this space for different pieces, but I think the time has come for us to think extremely broadly. What can we do so that we have a system whereby something like 235 to 350 million people can get on it and find what they want, number one. So that's the first challenge. How can we do this so that everyone can find what they want? Today, in a sense, this is an area where there is incredible information asymmetry. Employers don't know who's available. People who have a job or something they want done don't know who's available to do that. And people who want to do something don't know who's available. In general, the power lies somewhere in the middlemen or the agents today. And they take actually quite a lot of the value out of that. And there are thousands of these agents all over the place who are trying to make these matches. And can we do the same thing that happened in many other sectors, which is get rid of the information asymmetry, reduce the cost of transaction to almost nothing, so that all the benefits go to the worker or to the person looking for the job and a little bit to the the person who's creating the job. So let me give you an example of how it could work in a macro way, in a very, very, very big way. As many of you might know, I'm on the board of L&T. L&T has 285,000 workers at their sites, and they have a shortage of 250,000 workers. Okay? Right? Anyone wants, any masons over here, plumbers, electricians, truck drivers? And the reason for it is, it's not that they have the slot today. It is that every 3 months, all of them go home. And depending on how much money they made and what is happening in the family, they don't come back. They might come back 6 months from now, 9 months from now. So every 3 months, you're retraining 285,000 people. Imagine what that does to safety, productivity, just knowing that you have a set of people who are going to show up. I think that's one trivial example. The same thing, let's look at it now from the point of view of the worker. The worker says, I want to choose where I want to go. I wish somebody would tell me what are my options. Today, I work through an agent or a thekidar who says, just come with us and we'll take all of you to this place and I'll find you a job. They don't know how to choose. They don't know whether they can go as a family. They don't know what their benefits are, whether they'll get housing, medical, whatever. There's just no choice. They just have to kind of depend on somebody to do it. With technology, why can't we give them the choice? Not only give the choice, but to say, I understand you're a level 2 plumber. If you took this course, you could become level 3 and get paid 1.5 times the amount. And by the way, the person who can give you this course is here, right? Or if you took this course from Future Skills, you could become, instead of being a plumber, you could become a programmer. Sorry, I don't know if it's as good as that, Devyani, but the idea is, can we give all our people the same kinds of choices that everyone in this room has? You had the choice because you understood and you had the information that allowed you to make those choices. You knew where the jobs are, where you could go for education, etc. A very large number of people in India don't know that. Okay, so can we apply population scale problems, population scale solutions, and do this in a way that is massive for a very large amount without depending on the government to do it? Government will always help, but why can't we do it independent of that, right? And create this network so that, in fact, a very large number of people, and at some level of calculation, if we can do this well, it adds points to the GDP growth of the country. Because all of a sudden, we are using the assets better, we are using the people better, they're earning more, and they're doing things that they know how to do. So this is the challenge. It's not that we haven't thought about it before, it's not that we haven't tried. But I think today, with the network in place, with connectivity in place, with the confidence that we have, that actually we can build these kinds of things. I mean, 10 years ago, I think only a few people had the confidence that something big could be done. Today, I think a lot more people have that confidence. I think money is not a problem. So I think it's a question of just putting it together. So I think I'm going to break all records by ending my talk 40 seconds early. Okay? So if anyone wants to build this, I'm there to help you and guide you and tell you what all the complexities are in making it work. But if we can do that, I think that will be the application of technology to accelerate the growth in India and to make lives better for 300 million people. Thank you.
Thank you, Adil, for opening our minds about ways to address information asymmetry across sectors and lifting the room's energy.